Welcome to the Stellaris Show. I'm Volairen. As always, it's September 21st. Thank you. Happy Saturday, all of you across the world. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to play Stellaris. We're going to continue our arc welder run on Grand Admiral. And I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing okay. Now, this is concerning. I think this guy's about to lock us out. Snaking around, being a jerk. So, I don't think we're gonna catch this system in time. Now, we could still go this way. So that's good news. So we could still go this way. We did stop this guy from locking us out there. So we actually looking like we could go up the middle here. So if he takes this system, it's not that big of a deal. And then there's this down here. This could open another corridor, though I really highly doubt there isn't somebody down here as well, waiting to step in here. So, but anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. I feel a little better today. I was pretty grumpy yesterday. I don't know why. It happens. I remember a time when my emotions were absolutely all over the place, and to an extent, sometimes they still are. But those moments are a lot fewer and far between. So anyway, I realize I don't have my main phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that real quick here. I'll be right back. We may have, let me check my calendar really quick. We may have an early stream today, or we may be ending a little early today. Oh, fine. So we'll go ahead and yeah, we may end the stream earlier than usual. Usually I go for about 2 hours. I think I'm only going to be able to go for an hour today, possibly, because there's something I have to go do. But I've got to confirm that first. That's not 100%. So I may go for longer. But anyway, so yeah. Let's go ahead and load up the chat here. Base. All right. Ooh. I only have 24% charge on my phone. Hold on. I was gonna give her a plane. Alright, never a dull moment. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and actually, that's right. I want to get in the habit of saying the spiel before I start. Alright, so if you like my stuff, go ahead and subscribe or like and subscribe to see more. comment to let me know what you think. Join the Discord and attend my live streams if you want to hang out with me. I really mean that. Join and become a YouTube member if you'd like to invest in the channel. Thanks for everything you do, regardless. I mean everything. No matter what it is. Anyway. I'm in a game right now. I'm getting destroyed. My army is 1K. There's this 4K. Oh. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Well, you know what's worse? When you have the bigger army, and because their army's like undead or some shit, like they beat you with like a 1K army. It sucks. But yeah, no, dude, that's not fun. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and unpause the game and see where we're at. But definitely want to take this over. Oh, we have some influence too.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Now, we're negative in energy credits. That's really annoying because we have, like, the generator worlds. What difficulty do I play on? Well, it varies. If I'm just chilling, like, or I'm trying new things, or I'm not really too concerned, like, I don't want to get the difficulty to get in the way overtly, I'll play Captain. But, like, for this playthrough, we're doing Grand Admiral, because I'm kind of working on, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Seeing if I can last the, or if I want to last the whole, you know, all the way to 2500 without getting vassalized, without, you know, getting eradicated. That's kind of the challenge I'm doing right now. I want to see if I'm able to do it without gimmicks or cheese or like exploits of any kind. There are many in this game, but yeah, I'm trying to like keep it as like legit as possible. Not saying that like, you know, people's runs aren't legit. I'm just saying that like, you know, teach his own. If you want to play it, like, it's kind of like, so in StarCraft, right? If you've ever played StarCraft, I don't know if you have, but I know a lot of you have. If you've ever played an RTS, it's like, you know, especially StarCraft 2, it's like the RTS king. Some might argue, but a very small percentage would. It's an absolute like classic, one of the greatest, possibly the greatest RTS of all time is StarCraft 2. Anyway, that game. So in that game, you know, you can, when you doing versus against another player or against a computer, like there's so many different things you could do, especially in the beginning of the game. So you could just make more forces and win more battles and be more strategic and win that way. Or you could do something like take a probe at the beginning of the game, go to their base, build a photon cannon, and just continue building photon cannons, and there's nothing they can do about it if they don't stop you immediately. If they don't catch it in time, you basically win. That's called cheese, right? It's an unconventional, not just unconventional, but a very kind of, some would say, cheap tactic to basically kind of cheat the system while still playing in the rules without actually cheating, right? So like, I don't think the developers intended everybody to do photon cannon rush when they designed their game, right? Even though you can't do it, it is fun, and I've done it. No, let's be honest, you know, I've done it. No, there's no shame in it, really. It's just the thing I found, and the problem I had with Grand Admiral in the past is that, yeah, it really seemed like the only way that you could win is by doing some of those things, because their bonuses are just so powerful. even on Commodore, dude, like it's really difficult because they get so far ahead of you so quickly. It's almost like a runaway effect, and then like, you know, so you have to basically, you know, if you want to just actually body the computer on Grand Animal, you usually have to do some pretty cheesy things. But like, I mean, so I'm that's kind of the challenge. We're trying to see if it's possible to just you know, play normally and just kind of see if I can just survive. And I'm not even thinking about winning. I'm just, you know, being at the top of the score, just surviving. Now, if I have an opportunity to do that, I will do so, of course. But like, my goal right now is just to survive. You know? And that being said, also, I never have claimed to be the most, you know, the best player in Stellaris. I don't think anybody can, really. Had the game 2 months now. I don't understand at least half of it. The AI Grand Marshal, like Halo Wars 2, watching a legendary on your team. I mean, or like, say, I don't know if you ever played Battlefield, but like Battlefield 3 in particular, like you know, you're at level 1 and then you see a Colonel 100 running around and you're like, holy crap. How does he do that? You know, like, I get it, dude. I think that's what you mean there. Like, so yeah, and I can relate with the taking a long time to get this game. That's kind of why my channel exists right now, because there's a huge gap in like knowledge about this game. Like the videos I have, like, I didn't have those. I've you know, I didn't have any videos like what I have on my channel. There was nothing like that out there. Like, there wasn't stuff to tell me basic things like, okay, how do you hold on to planets once you've taken them over during, you know, once you've won a war. You know, I used to get into war and I would get frustrated because at the end of the war, like, I wouldn't get any of the planets that I conquered. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? You know? Literally, that's how noob I was at one point. Like, but then I learned later, the hard way, with time, that, oh, there's this claims button. Okay, so I gotta make claims, and then I gotta do either vassalize or claim war to take those planets. I can't just take them. Now, unless you're the right civic, you normally cannot just take a system from another empire. You have to make a claim on it, and then you have to win the war. So, or at least get a status quo. If you get a status quo, it's the same thing. So until I learned that, I really did not enjoy this game at all. This game pissed me off. I was like, but I kept coming back to it because I was like, man, this is like the only show in town. What do I do? You know, like, and so I sat down, I learned it, and then once honestly, I think that was a turning point for me. Once I learned how to do that, that's when I just started dominating in this game and really just kind of got into the nuts and bolts of it and started really figuring everything out, really spent a lot of time with it. And that's when I started coming out with my first videos. But yeah, no, I can relate, dude, with being new. It took a long time. I had this game for years before I actually got good at it. Honestly, it took a long time. You know, well, it's really confusing too. Like I said, not knowing how to take planets from other empires, not knowing. Yeah, Fnatic Purifiers are an interesting bunch. My most recent win was with actually no, that's a lie. It was with Devouring Swarm, but right before that it was with Fnatic Purifiers. So I just recently got my first win with Fnatic Purifiers. I think honestly, I think Fnatic Purifiers is hard mode. Unless you do it with the build that I decided that I ended up doing it with. But yeah, like Fnatic Purifiers is at the very least the most difficult out of the big 3 extermination empires. I'm talking Determined Exterminator, Devouring Swarm, and Fnatic Purifiers. You know, alright, yeah, Driven Assimilator 2, sort of. Driven Assimilator is kind of weird because they aren't technically an extermination empire, but you still play them the same way. You really do. Like, you can do diplomacy with Driven Assimilator, but it's so terrible that, like, you might as well not. I haven't had a win yet. I get to the crisis, then I just die. Yeah, I mean, so about the crisis, like, you know, there's difficulty adjustments on the crisis, right? You don't have to play on default settings. You can get the crisis to like a manageable level, which is what I do. Someone say, oh, well, you're playing on easy mode. Well, yeah, I guess so. But like, I actually want to win, you know, like it's, you know, and I don't want to use gimmicks or exploits. So like, I mean, you know, so the crisis, like, I think needs to be killable. So now if the crisis is too easy, that's also bad. So you might want to crank the difficulty up a little bit if it's too easy. I've actually considered recently cranking up the crisis difficulty a little bit from where I had it. But I generally do not have the crisis slider very high for that reason, because I actually want to win. I don't want to go through all that work just to get, you know, just to get creamed at the end, you know, by insurmountable, like, you know, ridiculous, you know, unfair odds. I don't know. It don't feel good for me, you know, and really it's about having fun at the end of the day. If you're not having fun, then why are you playing? You know, that's why I stopped playing Overwatch. It's like, dude, I'm not having fun. This is just pissing me off. Yeah, I'm winning games, but I don't even feel good about the games I'm winning. You know, it's like, I'm so stressed out. It's just like, dude, what's the point? That's actually why I don't play a lot of competitive games, period, anymore. To be honest. It's not that I can't do it. I can absolutely do it. And sometimes I do have fun, but like, man, I get so mad, you know? So it's like, why frustrate myself too much? You know, so it's kind of a balance there, right? You know, obviously you don't want things too easy. That's not good. But you don't want things so difficult that unless you actually are just have the mindset of like, okay, I am just challenging myself and seeing how far I can push myself. That's one thing, but like, if you just want to relax, you got to be able to relax and have fun too. So like, I do this on the Stellaris Show, but like on my other games, you know, where I'm just playtesting or I'm just trying something new or I'm just messing around, I just want to relax, I'll put it on Captain, dude. I have no shame, dude. Like, I really don't. I'll put it on Captain or Commodore. I'm actually thinking about going for Commodore again. It's just Commodore was like, I could do it, but like, it was really, yeah, it was really stressful. So I was like, you know what? And especially when it came, I was trying a lot of new stuff, and like Commodore was like just difficult enough to where it was not very, it didn't work out very well when I was trying new stuff. So I kind of like, I went back to Captain. I was like, okay, so I'll do that when I'm trying to learn or when I'm trying to like do research or whatever. But anyway. Yeah, like, so that's the balance, right? You don't want to, on one end you've got frustration, right? And that's not fun for anybody, right? That's no way, that's not, if you're frustrated all the time, then you need to change something up. But then on the other end, you don't want the game too easy, right? You know, EPing is real, and you know, ego, pride, whatever you want to call it. But you know, like, it's just people do like a challenge. We just want it to be, you know, surmountable. That's kind of the thing. You know, we want to be able to overcome the challenge. If you can't ever overcome the challenge, well, that's kind of boring. And also, like I said, frustrating. So it's a balance, right? And so I have to be in a particular mindset when I play super high difficulties, like what I'm doing right now. Like I can do it, but I have to like mentally prepare myself going in. Okay, dude, you're not gonna have fun, at least at first. You're gonna feel the pain. You know what I mean? It's like going into the gym, right? And you know, at least for me, when I go to the gym, like my mindset is, dude, I'm here for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm gonna leave it all out on the field. Like I'm gonna tear my muscles in those 30 minutes, but then I'm done. You know, and it's not gonna feel good, and it's gonna be painful, but then it's only gonna be it's only gonna be 10 or 20 minutes or whatever. So, and then I get sore, and then I grow and I feel better. So, like that's the balance. If you're gonna do, you could do really tough stuff and things in games, but like I said, for me, at least for me, I've got to have the right mindset, you know. And if you just have the mindset that, hey, you know, this is actually, you know, fun in a way to actually, you know, test yourself, right? It's just a test like anything else. Like, you know, yeah, I think challenges are really fun. I probably should do. I'm already doing them anyway. So let's go ahead and
Technological acquisition successful.
Pause this. Run the clock a little bit.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we got fighters. That's good. So now this used to be 4,000 months. Now it's 900. So our tech is getting better. I think I might actually research this when it gets to 300 months. It's all good, but I have a official for Planet Man. Oh, planets. Is it good to have an official for planet management and how many planets? Okay, so generally when it comes to officials, what I normally do, so you look at the leader screen and you see 1 out of 3, right? So I could recruit 2 more officials before I start taking penalties, and really you don't want the leader penalties. They're pretty nasty, to be honest. Unless you have like 3,000 unity, but even then, the other problem with going over your cap on leaders is that they will not level up if you have too many of them. They just won't. Like it basically they get nerfed into their leader experience gain gets nerfed into the ground. And you really do want them leveling up because they're really at their base level, they're absolutely garbage and useless most of the time, unless you get lucky and you find one with like say a unity world, and then you find this guy, you're like, oh well, that guy's then that's something. But like generally you want your leaders to keep leveling over time, and they can't do that if they're getting a bunch of because of going over the cap. But so how many planets? So and is it good to have official for, so you basically want to have an official, ideally, I'm talking min-maxing here, honestly. Fucking leaders are a pain in the ass, dude. They really are. But you know what? Like when I'm min-maxing, when I'm like got nothing better to do, I'm like, okay, I'll go into my leaders. Like say, I'll just, you know, I'll basically take my best worlds, like my capital. Obviously, you want official on your capital, like, and you get one by default on day 1. So you want to make sure that at least on your capital there's an official at all times. And then, like, say you want to look at the planet production here, and if your planet, like, for example, say this was like 400 energy credits or something, that's ridiculous. You definitely want to get an official on that planet that has, like, the right trait, like the trait that increases energy credits. If you find that, or just stick any official on there, period, and pick that trait later on if it pops up. You know, go for that trait. Or if you find another leader that has that trait, stick them on there, even if they're like a commander or a scientist. That's one way you could do it. But like officials, generally, you know, in endgame, when you're just constantly optimizing, yeah, I'll have an official on every one of my major resource planets. Like, say you have a planet with an orbital ring on it, that's just producing shitloads of minerals. That's like if that planet were to disappear, you would go into a mineral deficit. Basically, you go from like you go from 500 mineral gain to like 0. You know, so that's the planet you would want to have an official on for sure. Same with your forge worlds, okay? You know, if you can get Scrapper, which is one of the best traits an official can have, and put that on your forge world, that will really help your alloys. It really will. And I mean your top forge world. But basically, yeah, you want to put them on your top resource worlds, generally. Now, generally, you don't want to put them on fortress worlds, you know, worlds where their primary focus is making strongholds and having soldiers. That's obviously not a good one for an official. You'd rather have a commander on that, right? If you have the commanders to spare. Another example of a bad planet to put an official on is a tech planet, for example. You know, one that's focused on research and lots, because putting a scientist there is so much better than, on average, than putting an official there. So basically, your resource planets, your capital, or if you're in a federation, also, if you're in a federation, you do need to reserve a official for that. So make sure that you hire an official when you get a federation, if you get it a federation. As far as the galactic community is concerned, I don't really mess with that. I've thought from time to time of really like giving the galactic community a shot, but it's always seemed really lame to me. But I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the galactic community. Never have been, but like I do know how to use it, sort of. But there is a delegate option there as well, that if you're messing with the galactic community, especially if you take the tradition, you know, the politics tradition, you're going to want a delegate there as well. So, okay, the reason, I'll tell you the reason I make Fortress Worlds. The reason I make Fortress Worlds is because I'm lazy, all right? I want the automation to build the strongholds for me as they're able to be built, okay? So, because that's all designating Fortress World really does, unless you're trying to build fast, that's one thing. But it doesn't, like, it basically, you're telling the automation what to do by designating it as a fortress. So when I get a new planet and I'm at war and I'm busy doing other stuff, I'm like, okay, I want that. I want you to start building strongholds on that planet. That's what I'm telling my automation by setting it to Fortress World. And then they just do it, you know, automatically without me having to think about it. You know, because I got ADHD, so, you know, any automation is really helpful for me in this game. Yeah, I mean, and if you refuse to use automation, that's cool, dude. It's not for everyone, and there is definitely a lot of flaws with automation. But I tell you, one of the big advantages of doing automation is that you don't have to, like, it will build automatically if it's got an empty job slot. And I tell you, having to comb through your planets for hours and hours sucks, especially if you build wide. Automation is almost required, at least for me, because, like, man, I've done it before when I wasn't using automation. When I first started playing, I had all these planets. I was like an hour. I was in those planets for like an hour, just like, you know, combing through the combing through the pops, combing through the jobs. It manages all of that, you know. Well, so I do a balance, right? Yeah, and no, you're not wrong. I'm not telling you you're wrong, dude. Like when it comes to the at like min-maxing, I guess, and the absolute best optimization, you definitely like can do better than the computer for sure. Like you know, it basically, if you both manage the same, like one planet, and you both managed it, you can easily outdo the automation. You'll make better choices and whatnot. So yeah, the automation isn't the absolute best, most meta way. It won't pick the absolute best meta, but what it will do is it will save you so much time. Now, what I like to do, and you've seen me do this on this series, I don't rely on automation alone. I will go through and comb through my planets from time to time, be like, okay, that's fucked up, let's fix that. So, you know, I'll either replace the building, the stupid building they picked, or you know, I'll make, okay, we need more of this building, so I just manually go in. Like, say I need more fortresses, right? And I don't have a fortress world to designate, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go through these planets manually. So it's a combination of like manual and automatic, which is what I do. So it's kind of like I let the automation do its thing to a point with my own oversight. So if I see a problem, like, okay, why are we in a deficit right now? I look at, you know, this like, well, your say this was capped on tech drones, right? I'd be like, okay, you're capped on tech drones, but you're not building a generator district, and we have the resources. Let's build a generator district, you know. So I will just do it manually. So, yeah, but the problem that automation solves in this game is basically you can't be everywhere at once. That's the thing, and they will build. If you have all your planets automated, your planets will build far faster than you ever could, you know. I love this game, but it makes my head hurt. Me too sometimes, dude. I get it. I get that feeling. That is part of the reason I do automation also. It's like, dude, I don't have time to sit here and guess. You know, just build it when it's ready, you know. And the computer it's automatic, right? So it is efficient in a way, because you may miss something, right? Because you're human, but it won't. Like, usually, if there's a pop available, it'll do something with it. So it's kind of maximizing the use of your pops as well. Yeah, I mean, you do need to take this game in doses sometimes. Absolutely. I do get it.
Complete.
Like, that's kind of why, like I said, that's why my channel that's why I have the videos that I have, because I know how difficult this game can be to learn. It's very difficult to learn. It's probably one of the most difficult to learn games I have ever played. But if you learn how to play this game, it is one of the funnest, most rewarding games I've ever played in my life, for sure. So yeah, Destroyer is kind of a no-brainer. We need to get that. So what are they doing? And why on earth? No! Survey that damn system! Actually, survey this system. Yeah, so as you can see, automation is not perfect. Actually, yeah, learning curve is a skyscraper. It is very daunting. It can be very
Council
daunting.
agenda ready.
System.
All right, so we got a new
Council
alien.
agenda ready.
Obviously, we want to make friends with them. Got another one. Make friends with them. Okay, this guy hates me, kind of. So we'll put an envoy on him. Yeah, so far I've got pretty good relations with everyone. This guy hated me for a while, but I like dogpiled like envoys on top of him, so. Yeah, I mean, and then you got Let's see. This guy's at war with somebody. It's war regression. It's probably claim war or something. We also have to be careful about who we ally ourselves with as well. Oh, they want an embassy. Thank you, friend. Let's see. Finding the voice. Absolutely. Just give them 100 minerals for years, then they're happy. Yeah, if you have a lot of minerals, I could see that. Also, actually, another thing you can do that's really powerful. All those strategic resources, they're just sitting in your bank doing absolutely nothing. Like that 10,000 exotic gases that you're never going to spend on anything. Just trade it to an empire. Get like 200, like just like maybe 100 exotic gases will give you like 100 opinion. It's yeah, you definitely can use it to raise opinion fast. If you need it really quickly, just trade them like your exotic gases or your strategic resources like Baltomotes and rare crystals. Maybe not the rare crystals because of hyper relays, unless you don't have access to that content. But if you're gonna make hyper relays, I would definitely conserve your rare crystals. I wouldn't spend them on something like that. I would keep them. I'd hoard them for sure. I always make a point of hoarding my strategic resources, my rare crystals. But the exotic gases and the Voltamotes, especially, like, you get so much of those, it's like, dude, there's nothing I could possibly do with all this. Other than make like billion fleet power fleets, maybe? With all this? I don't know. Maybe? But I won't even have enough alloys to do that. So it's like, yeah. There's no way you're going to spend all that. You might as well give it to the computer. And you're not making the computer any stronger by giving them that. You're really not. Because it's not making you any stronger, is it? Having all those. Support systems. The tech in this game is amazing, especially the FTL jump. I love that. Yeah. The tech tree is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Looks like we got another Ascension perk. So we finished the expansion. We're gonna need. So we have a lot of potential unexplored territory unless we get completely shut down. And we are making quite a bit of tech worlds. I'm really inclined to do transcendent learning. But then there's executive vigor, and we have been having energy problems. But then there's technological ascendancy, which really actually would help us a lot, I think, since we're getting into megastructures. Yeah, so tech worlds, like I said, you're telling the computer what to do, right? So I'll have to get to that in a second. But yeah, see, the computer built all this automatically for me as the population became available. Now, maybe later on I could like turn the automation off, just fill the world and build it exactly the way I want, and just let the pops fill it and take the deficit for a while. I could do that. I've thought about doing things that way from time to time. But yeah, it's just and they'll upgrade the tech labs too as you get more strategic resources for them. So it's just, yeah, frees up my time. That's all it really does. That's all automation really does for me. Free up my. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. In fact, it pisses me off sometimes. But it does get the job done. And I've even tested sometimes where I actually have had a couple games where I never got around to it, but for a long time now I've been, you know, working on coming off and on about coming out with a video about automation and how powerful is it really. What can you win a game doing basically nothing other than managing your fleets? And I mean, you do stuff, but basically playing with full automation and letting the automation make the decisions. So like automating the tech, automating the planets, automating science vessels are kind of a gray area, because there are times where like you really can't automate them, you know, in some situations. And I think, yeah, so I think the exception really is ship automation, you know, science vessel automation. But like everything else, the planets, the tech, anything else too, forgot. But yeah, like basically I just let the computer take care of that. But anyhow, let's get back to Ascension perks. This would be helpful also. Like, this would probably be the most powerful in the long run, for sure. This would be most powerful in the short term, I think. The problem I have with this is that I'm not really big on leaders normally, unless I'm playing the right build, which I did recently, where leaders were definitely a thing with that build. But the scientist capacity is kind of, having a lot of scientists is kind of diminishing returns in a way, because you need a lot of scientists in the beginning to survey and stuff, but once they're done surveying, you kind of don't need that many scientists to. But however, if you were planning on having a lot of tech worlds or worlds devoted to research, then having that many scientists will still be useful. So I think for that reason, we are going to pick it. Actually, but on our third Ascension perk, I absolutely want to get technological ascendancy. So we're going to go ahead and yeah, this game is definitely like one of the most influential games of my life. Obviously, it helped me meet you guys. Plain and simple. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna make more scientists. Science ships. Yes.
Construction complete. Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
So we're taking a planet.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
I wonder if I'm purging them or not. Am I purging them? Nope, they're just workers. And they're grid augmented. Interesting. They produce energy credits. That's cool. They can't be complex drones. Oh, the habitability is great. Oh, they don't have culture shock. Fuck yeah. They don't have culture shock. That's awesome. I hate culture shock. God, I hate that debuff on that planet. So we can start using this planet right away for sure. So we do need to get some machines on here. So definitely build that. But so what are we going to have this planet do? We have lots of art. We're going to have arc furnaces. So I don't think we really need to make this a mining world. Maybe even a forge world. I think that's why I've been making so many tech worlds. Honestly, I'm just gonna do it again. Yeah. Feel bad when I purge unless I'm purifiers. What's culture shock? So when you take over a primitive planet by landing armies on it, which you can do if you have your first contact procedure set to aggressive and your interference policy set to aggressive as well, you can invade those pesky primitives and actually use those planets for yourself. However, the problem happens, the thing happens where if you're a standard empire, if you're not the empire I'm playing, like if you're a normal empire, the planet will have a culture shock debuff on it, which gives it horrible resource, gives it a horrible resource debuff, as well as makes it, I think, ruins its stability and basically makes the planet useless and liable to revolt for like 10 or 20 years. I think it's 10 years. I'm not sure. But it's a long time. And it really sucks. There was so many situations that I got into where it's like, dude, if I just had, like, if this planet, if I did not have that fucking debuff, like, this planet would have been perfect for me, or like I would have avoided so many deficits if I had the planets I had did not have that stupid debuff. So yeah, just a lot of bad situations could have been avoided. So it's really nice to know that this build doesn't have that problem. My Dark Eldar build always had that problem because it would take a lot of primitives over, and then I'd have to wait like 10 years to actually use the planet. Major and minor orbitals. I will build a habitat in a major orbital, but not. Okay, so I'm about 80 to 90% knowledgeable when it comes to the new habitats. Some aspects of them are some mechanics of the new habitats are still pretty confusing to me. And I think that's actually possibly one of them, the differences, you know, between what minor orbitals and major orbitals do. However, I do know this, at least with major orbitals, the more of them you build, the more building slots you're going to unlock, the more housing districts you're going, or the more housing you're going to have. And if you build them on any resource deposits like minerals or energy credits, you're going to have districts on your habitat associated like 3 at a time. So let's see. So I say I build a habitat complex here. I will start the complex will start with 3 research districts from for each single research deposit that it has. So this would start with 3 districts. Now, with this case, if I were to build an orbital complex here and then put a minor orbital on this planet here, I would get 3 mining districts. Okay, so that's and the same goes for the energy credits. I would get 3 reactor districts for each, you know, orbital I made on. So whenever you make an orbital on top of a deposit, you usually get, not always, get districts associated with that. And that's for science, or that's for research deposits and basic resource deposits. I haven't really I haven't seen these special districts with, like, say, alloys or strategic resources. So but I could be wrong. I'm not 100% clear on that. So like I said, there's a lot of vagueness to the to the new habitats. It's pretty frustrating, actually. You know, that's kind of why I haven't done an updated version of my original habitat video, which covered the old habitats in great detail and did it, I think, pretty accurate. Now, did I set that up? Okay. Okay, what bullshit is going? I'm out of food. What? We're fucking out of food. Oh, those stupid. Just purge them. Okay. I'll just buy some food for them. Like, not big of a deal.
Construction complete.
Thanks. I'm going to try that and see what happens. Yeah. That's what you do when you build an orbital complex. You need to build major and minor orbitals to get the full potential of that complex, especially if you want those districts. You know, like if you want it to be like a mining station, then you need to make sure all the mining deposits in that system have orbitals on them, either minor or major.
System survey complete. Construction complete. Planetary alert.
So what bullshit
Locker
debuff
expunged.
does this give me? Anything?
Construction complete.
I think it's fucking dumb that once it touches 0 and you get this, you have to sit there for you know, you have to suffer through this debuff just because you had ADD. It kind of sucks. Let's see, non-aggression. They want non-aggression. Who's that? Where are you? Okay, it's these guys. Fuck, they're where I want to be. Oh, are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it?
Planetary
Please tell me we
alert.
get it.
Locker expunged. Planetary alert.
No,
Locker
he beat me.
expunged.
He beat me. That asshole. No, build. Dude, I fucking hate the computer, man. Fucking hate the computer. I hate my ADD, man. If I caught that a little sooner, I almost want to save scum. I really do, but I'm not gonna. Like, I almost want to reload, dude. Fucking honestly, if I caught that a couple seconds sooner. Fucking piece of shit. All right. So I'm getting a lot of questions, so I'm not able to pay as much attention to gameplay as I normally would, but that's okay. I love the questions, guys. I really do. Let's just get out of here. Actually, yeah, take that system. Okay. So we got a science vessel here. Oh, that's right. I was gonna clean that out. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And I've got megastructures. Enough unity. Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. Happy to help. Well, I know, you know, my channel is mainly a tutorial channel, so like, you know, this is gonna happen this happens often, and it's okay. Kind of what I do. Okay, I don't care who joins the galactic community. Now, they want to be our friends. That's great. No. Denied. Let's try that again. No. I know I made that system. Dude, I restricted that system. Why are they still pathing? There we go. Nope. Guess again, dude. Let me restrict that system? Come on!
Communications alert. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Anybody hate us? No. Nobody hates us. We're good. What is this? What? Stardust Storm. I thought storms weren't a thing. Did they put those back in or something? I thought they were removed. I don't have the Cosmic Storms DLC and I'm not getting it.
Communications.
Yeah,
alert.
when I first saw the announcement for Cosmic Storms, sorry guys, but I was like, to you that like it, I'm like, you mean that annoying event that makes my ship slow? No thanks, dude. I have no interest in that. Oh, did I just agree to a research agreement?
Hostile
Oh, I
fleet
did.
assets
Oh, it's
engaged.
okay.
System survey complete.
Please win. There we go. We didn't lose any ships either. Great. I was afraid we were going to. Alright. So... you survey. You move.
Construction complete.
I kind of wish, though I know why they don't implement it, I really wish that Paradox would, like, maybe consider putting in a feature like auto claiming with construction ships, just like auto surveying. Though you'd have to be very careful with that because, like, you know, for one, they could claim the wrong system or one you don't want, and they could also, you know, they could waste influence or whatnot when you want the influence for something else. So I think it would be really tricky to implement it in a way that didn't that wasn't very risky. Oh, yeah, we got to get this one. All those building slots. Okay, we got a defensive pact. That DLC wreaks havoc on everything. Still learning how to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, there's some DLC that I'm just like, you know what, dude, I really don't feel like taking that on.
Detected.
or it's just not interesting.
System survey complete.
Well,
Anomalous
like,
surface variable detected.
for example, I won't play with First Contact, simply because as cool as the cloaking feature sounds, I know that that would be an absolute nightmare in the hands of the computer. Like, I don't want to give the computer AI that kind of power. Like, no, thank you. I don't want to deal with that. Like, I know, because I know the second I upload that DLC, I will have game after game where everything's fine, everything's cool, and then the computer suddenly has ships in my base. You know, like, I already get enough of that as it is. I don't need more of it. You know what I mean? And also, when I cloak my ships, the computer will be able to see those ships regardless of... I know how computer AI in strategy games are. You know, they're omniscient. Like, they see all, know all that's on the map. Doesn't matter if you're cloaked or not. It knows you're there. It knows where it is. So that kind of defeats the purpose of cloaking for me. Like, okay, so yeah, I just don't see it working. I mean, I haven't heard a lot of feedback about it or looked into it too much, but like, that's basically the conclusion I came to about First Contact. Was like, you know, as interesting as cloaking sounds, I just don't think it would work right in this game. I really don't. I don't see it being a good thing. That's just me. So that's why you don't see me with cloaking or First Contact. That, and you know, I think primitives are annoying, just like cosmic storms. It's like, just give me the planet, dude. I don't care about the little pops that are on there that preventing me from using its resources. I'm kind of an asshole, to be honest. Well, so I come from like a generation where I played the old school versions of these games, like Civilization Call to Power and Galactic Civilizations 2 and 1, Space Empires. I don't know if you ever heard that game, but you know how old school I am? I played Stars, dude. And if anybody knows, dude, give a shout out if you know the game Stars. Okay? It is one of the most obscure games I've ever played, but it is like the father to games like this. It really is the game that started it all when it comes to like... there really isn't a older game other than maybe Risk that's come, and it doesn't... Risk doesn't come anywhere near close to a 4X game that Stars does. Like, it was the first 4X game I ever knew existed, and it literally was dots on a screen. Like, people think this is dots on a screen. No, dude, Stars was dots on a screen, but it was still almost as exciting as this. Like, seriously. But I come from that generation, that background. So coming into this and having all these RP events and stuff, you know, that's not what I'm used to. That's not what I grew up with. You know what I mean? I grew up to like expand, conquer, you know, exterminate. I didn't come here to roleplay, you know what I mean? So like all the events and stuff and little things, I'm just like, I don't need it. Just give me your planets.
Construction complete.
You know, I'm like Negan, basically. Give me your stuff or I'll kill you. You know? Let's see. Of course, Unity or... Unity is more difficult with machines, so I am picking Unity. Monthly influence. Tough choices. Trying to think now. Some megastructures do require a lot of influence. Orbital rings in particular. Habitats, but I am kind of done with habitats, to be honest, for reasons, especially with this build. I'm definitely not doing habitats with this build. Unless, like, you know, it's after I've built all my furnaces and whatnot. I think maybe, but nobody hates me. Nobody hates me right now. I don't really, but I would like to make some federations. Now, this is interesting. They're superior, not overwhelming. Even though 2 out of 3 is overwhelming. That's a little weird. But it looks like I am, like, sort of maybe gaining on them, catching up with them in power. I actually think this is, because I already have 6 gain too. I think this is going to be more useful to me in the end. With what I want to do. Making a starbase, good. Alright. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. Right for the throat. We want to block this guy again. Oh, this guy's...
Construction complete.
We're going to get locked right around here. Hopefully we can go this way. That's funny. I play a small map and then I complain about getting locked all the time. Well, yeah, you're kind of part of playing a small map. But what really irritates me, you know what really irritates me? I get locked. Locked meaning I basically get closed in. I'm surrounded by empires that are like within 4 jumps. I get that just as much on a large map as I do on the small map. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, come on, Paradox. You can place those empires a little better, I think. Seriously. But you know what? Let me see here. What are we doing on time? Okay. I need to check something. So give me about 5 minutes. You're gonna hear the sound cut out temporarily. I'm gonna be turning off my desktop audio. So don't be alarmed. There's nothing wrong. I'm just checking on something that is gonna make noise that I don't want people to. I will be right back. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking on something. Looks like it ain't happening today. Fortunately. So I was gonna go meet with a group of friends, but it looks like we aren't meeting today. Let's see here. All right, which is annoying because I wanted to do that.
System survey complete.
Can't really go into what it is. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna keep claiming. It looks like that's a dead end. They're pretty much gonna block here. So I've pretty much got at least this here. Take that real quick. Alright. Gotta upgrade that arc furnace. Now this is max, okay, so we're gonna get this max. Actually, we're probably... Yeah, we should build another arc furnace. Oops. Now maybe we can build one here. Usually mineral deposits are a pretty good sign. Let's... No. That has a lot of planets. But no molten worlds. Oh. Nope. Next. That has a molten world, but it is tiny. No, thank you. Next. No. Next. Let's see. Nah. No. Ooh. Look at that. Yeah, I think we found our next, we got a molten world. I think this is our next arc furnace. Let's do it. Bam. Let's see. Let's try to go for another one. Now this is one of our arc. Nope. Terrible system. Terrible. Ah, this one? But I think... Oh? Yeah, I think this one's good too. Yep, there we go. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm placing arc furnaces, and when you place arc furnaces, you want to place them... See all these little dots? See little asteroid thing? Every single one of these, the arc furnace will put a mineral and an alloy deposit on. So you don't want to put arc furnaces on, and you can only have one per system, on systems like, say, this one that barely has any planetary bodies whatsoever. Now this has a little bit, but like it has nowhere near the last one I just looked at. No. You don't want to put an arc furnace here, and it needs to have a molten world, so that's the other thing too. Now this one is okay, but like that one's terrible, that one's terrible. You see what I'm talking about? So that's why I was thumbing through these. No. So you comb through. I use tab to just randomly cycle through. Now then you'll find a system like this. Look at all these different planetary bodies. This is crazy. So this would actually be the perfect place to put a arc furnace if I haven't already built one there. Now, I'm actually gonna need to make more construction ships. So we're gonna note where this is. This is Anak Tau, I think. Yeah. Or Antak Rom. Okay, whatever. How we pronounce that. We'll make some more construction ships. We also are claiming a lot of territory, so we're also going to need those construction ships to automatically build stations.
Construction complete. Anomalous surface variable detected.
Like, for example, if you saw this and this was on your official, you would absolutely want to get it and stick it on one of your mining planets for sure. As it says, planetary governor, minerals from mining drones, 5%. You know, so unfortunately, he's a scientist. So really, we're gonna want him to be cataloger, not, yeah. So it's kind of wasted a little bit. I mean, in a pinch, you could throw him on one of your mineral worlds, but ideally, you don't want a scientist doing that. It's not best in slot. Let's see. So we got Gaia world. That's like ridiculously dinky small. Most likely going to be Unity or a tech world. And it's good making tech worlds, your small worlds, tech worlds as well. You don't have a lot of resources on it.
Construction complete.
Okay, we've got back here. Here. What the? Okay. Ow! All right. So I can't build an arc furnace here because there's an anomaly. Give a fuck about your anomaly. Where's this guy at? Okay. Yeah, that's easy. Go ahead and for that stupid anomaly.
System survey complete.
No, you know what really chaps my ass? When like one of my starting planets has an anomaly and it's like level 8. I'm like, seriously, dude? You couldn't like make some tweaks to prevent that from happening? You know, like, come on.
Construction complete. Communications alert. Communications alert.
Honestly, I could do a video on like, it would be a bitch session, but it would be funny, like the top most annoying things that can happen in Stellaris. That would be up there. Like when one of your starting planets or like not your guaranteed, but like the planet after that, you know, one of the planets after that is a fucking level 8 anomaly. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, seriously, like, why don't you just not use any lube? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, yeah, why don't you wrap that in barbed wire while you're at it? You know, like. And then obviously the most annoying thing, honestly, would be number one is getting locked, is getting forced to play tall, basically. Getting locked between like 6 or 7 different empires. You know, you basically get dogpiled with that empire placement. Yeah, like the top most annoying things. You know what? I'm gonna do it, guys. Right here, right now. I said it. You heard it here first. I'm gonna make that video. It may even be my next video. I think that's actually a wonderful idea. I think actually I just hit a gold mine. Honestly, I think really I haven't seen any video like it. Nobody's done it. I think we got gold here. I think we got some gold. Okay, he wants a defensive pact with me. Now you got to be careful with this, Grand Admiral. So he's definitely strong enough. How many planets does he have? Only has 6. Where is he? That's the other thing. So it's this guy right here, and this guy's in the way. I really don't see him being able to come to my defense. So I'm going to decline. I'm going to ignore that. So let's see. We got destroyers. That's great. Antimatter missiles. I mean, that's a direct weapon upgrade. I didn't really want to go missiles only. I want autocannons, but like, I mean, this will do for now. It'll at least raise my fleet power considerably. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with that. He wants a research agreement. I think I'm good. I want the influence. because I don't know if I'm gonna need it or not. You can go ahead and take that. I fucking that's gonna be on the list too. When you select your construction ship to go claim a system, and there are a whole bunch of others, it selects a whole bunch of construction ships at once and cancels all their orders. that's another one. Definitely. I think I need to write this shit down. I really do, as I see it. Like, oh, yep, we're gonna talk about that. No, you know what? You know what? Number one needs to be the hit and run war. The classic AI computer strategy during war. That honestly, that's gonna take the crown for sure. Like that honestly, if I off the top of my head at least, if I had to think of the top 10 most annoying things I experience every day in Stellaris, yeah, just the way the computer fights, the computer behavior during war is really just the most annoying, frustrating, irritating, like not fun thing about this game. It really is. Like it is the most not fun thing about this game. You know, the hit and run strategy. I think really. You guys should have seen some of the last few wars that I've been in, like big ones. Just absolutely ridiculously annoying. I've got a footage of it too. I'm gonna show it. I'll probably show it in that video. I'll be like, yeah, so I move here, he steps in there. I move there, he steps in here. Like without fail, even though I'm gonna crush him. Like, so check this out, guys. I'm gonna let you know a secret. Out of my 1,000 hours playing Stellaris, I've come to this conclusion. I actually think, I'm coming to believe that Paradox actually designed the computer AI to keep you playing in almost a despicable like way, like similar to like how the AAA companies, will manipulate you into, into playtime. Like for example with Diablo 4, that was like one of the people's chief complaints is like most of the stuff is just designed to keep me playing. It's not designed to actually give me fun or give me enjoyment. It's just designed to keep me busy. I'm starting to be convinced that that's the computer strategy. I really do. I think the computer strategy in war is to waste as much of your time as possible and to keep you playing for as long as possible. I really do. I'm starting to believe that because some of the shit I've seen, especially in the past couple weeks, has been just absolutely unbelievable. Really, I need to do a video about it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not just good, not just a bitch session either. Like, really, you can't unsee the stuff that I've seen in the past few weeks. In these last couple wars that I've been in, it's like, okay, it's very obvious here that the computer is really doing this just to waste my time. It's not doing it because it's actually a valid strategy or that it'll actually win the war or bring more favorable terms to it, other than its complete annihilation. So like, I really think, because so many wars I've had in Stellaris, if it weren't for that tactic, that strategy by the computer, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for that, I would actually have less hours in Stellaris. I would. I'd probably have at least 100 less hours in Stellaris if it weren't for these kinds of wars. I swear, it's terrible. So yeah, definitely going on the list, but
communications.
So
alert.
I only want one construction ship. There you go. And Volairen. Let's see. Is he done yet? No.
System survey
Okay, that's
complete.
surveyed. Good. You can drop what you're doing. Make that.
Technological
Auto.
acquisition successful.
Okay, we got research shields. Good. We definitely need to go back and upgrade our ships, at least, especially till once this gets researched. I think we'll wait till this gets researched. Oh, we need tough choice. There's one hyperdrive 2, but we could probably wait on that till later. Let's get the research. By the way,
Planetary alert.
if you're listening to this, guys, anybody watching, and you have, I'd like to hear what your top 10 or at least one of the top 10 things that come to your mind when you think of the most annoying things that you encounter in Stellaris. Things you encountered, like not things you hate about Stellaris, but more, I mean, it can be that, but like some mechanic or something that ends up happening in Stellaris that happens to you in Stellaris that just absolutely grates your nerves, like just grinds your gears. You know what I mean? Well, I want to know what those things are. Leave a comment. You know, if you've got, if you know, tell me what your thing is. What annoys you when you're playing this game? Like, what are some of the top things that annoy you in playing this game? Leave me some comments, guys. I want to see some comments. I think it'd be great. Also, would help me make my video. So, because I'm sure I would agree on some of them.
Construction complete.
Oh, I got one. When I am in a battle, okay? Like I'm in a decisive battle, like I'm biting a real nail biter, right? Where you're like, oh dude, if I lose, this is gonna suck. You know, and you're like not sure, and like it's looking like it could go either way, like, or you're trying to do a little bit of micro, the little micro that you can do in this game, and you get a fucking useless event pop up. That, oh, I want to break something when that happens. I really do. And then that's the other reason I hate event pop-ups, dude. I don't want more event pop-ups, man. Just for that reason, honestly, that alone. It's like you're watching the Super Bowl, right? And your team's about to win or they're about to lose, right? And he's throwing the Hailmaker, right? He's throwing the Hailmaker and the ball's sailing through the air, and then all of a sudden it goes to commercial. Or the computer or the TV shuts off, you know? Pirates on trade focused Empire and how weak the Space Dragon is on late game. Ah, okay. Those are definitely probably some good ones. I don't particularly share those, but like I said, it's different for everybody, dude. Everybody's got a different temperament. Like for example, the event pop-ups I just mentioned, there are a lot of players, cough cough Red King, that love those things. They love those things. I fucking hate them. I really do. But, you know, I mean, I tolerate them, but like, yeah, I mean, like I said, they still annoy the hell out of me. So yeah, but like Pirates on trade focused Empire, yeah. Honestly, Pirates in general. No, you know what bugs the shit out of me about Pirates? Okay, so I'll be in a war or something, or I'll be colonizing planets while I'm at that war. Most of my focus is on the war, but I need to colonize these planets. You know, I set up colonies and stuff, or I set up surveying. I set up my scientists to go survey, or I queue up megastructures, right? Like say I queue up an arc furnace on the other side of my empire, and the construction ship I'm using is on the other side. Well, what happens to me a lot is pirates will spawn after I go back to my war or whatever I'm focusing on. And unbeknownst to me, that pirate fleet cancels all the orders of all my construction ships because they're on a choke point. And they're now blocking my construction ships from going to build those megastructures. So I go for years without building the megastructure, you know, because of stupid little fucking pirates. That's going to be on the list for sure. That right there is going to be on the list. Like, say I queued up a Dyson Swarm, right? Or I mean a Dyson Sphere, right? The big one. I queue up the big one, and I go back to war, and just to realize, like 5 years later, that it never got queued up because of the pirate fleet. And on top of that, what makes it even more annoying is that I don't have any fleets there. They're off fighting, right? So I either got to make a new fleet to clear out that pirate fleet so I can build a megastructure there, or I just have to wait until I'm done with the war and come back. You know, so that's the other super annoying thing about pirates. For me, that's what annoys me the most about pirates. So yeah, again, actually, resources from jobs. Nah, more Unity. Pick the Big Mac.
Planetary alert.
We do need more. We need more strongholds. That's gonna help our earnings. Getting our naval cap right again. Well, the other thing putting a stronghold on every planet does is obvious. When it becomes a fortress, it's a lot harder to take over. Now, for the Space Dragon, I don't have a lot of experience with the space fauna in this game. Yeah, it's kind of like a extra thing I never got around to do. Plus, it's pretty gimmicky. Like, most of the memes and gimmicks are surround space fauna.
Construction complete.
At least based on the videos I've seen. Let me see here. Now, he needs a commander. Let's go back and upgrade. There, does it have crew quarters? Yes, it does. Surveying. We got a planet, ocean. Aggressiveness is a pretty good trait.
Construction complete.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped about that video idea. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm actually I know I should probably finish up the video I'm working on, but I almost want to do that video so bad that like I actually want to bump that and make it like immediately. You know what I mean? Like seriously. I think getting the footage would be kind of tough though. That's going to be the most difficult thing. So I think it's going to have to maybe be a long-term project, sadly. But I am going to do it for sure. Absolutely. The tale needs to be told. Okay. Stop unpausing without my permission. Okay, you're surveying. Why did it say it was surveying before? Colonized. Is there any other planet here?
Construction complete.
You know what? We could saw off some of these minerals.
Construction complete.
Okay, I think, let me see. What time is it? I'll be right back. Gonna take a quick bio.
System survey complete.
Okay, I'm back.
System survey complete.
Tech analysts
Ship
for all my
augmentations
scientists.
completed.
Because eventually I will put them on planets.
Initiated.
Council agenda ready.
Construction complete.
So, what is this? So, I didn't get cosmic storms. Why is this here? Wow. That is AIDS. That is so AIDS. Sublight speed minus 50%. I don't think so, dude. I'm not interested in this at all. Monthly devastation. How was this fun? Remaining duration 27 years. 27 years. Okay. Who wants a debuff that lasts 27 years? Yeah, maybe we'll add cosmic storms to the list of annoying
Ship
things.
augmentations completed.
Favorite society, we'll go for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a masochist. Sorry, dude. Like,
Situation
yeah,
log adjusted.
I like to go hard in the gym, but that's different. Like, yeah, it's just
Construction complete.
I don't. I already deal with Filipino time here in the Philippines. I don't need to wait more in Stellaris. more than the computer already makes me wait or waste my time.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. Okay. Say, are they? Figure this out. Star system. Okay. We're on food. That stupid planet. I wish we could purge that. Probably can. Probably take bullshit. So I heard something about versatility the other day. Can't. All the maintenance drones produce one Unity. Okay. Yeah, so we need to pick up spatial optimization. This shit would actually be pretty useful. You want discovery and diplomacy. Well, anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna play something else. I feel like playing something else right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. We'll make this decision tomorrow. And but yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys for coming out. Thanks for the engagement. Really appreciate it. And you regulars that have been coming back time after time, I love you guys. Absolutely love you guys. Anyway, yeah, and I think it's really cool that the stream is growing. You know, more and more of you are trickling in, so I appreciate that. And we have a good day or night, depending on where you are, and I'll see you next time.